What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at my personal path to success in generating 1,000 leads in 30 days, which led to 12,000 leads in a single year, and how my team became to fruition in the state of Washington, and how we were successful in generating online leads, but using the power of automation and API to make things work. So stay tuned, and like always, be sure to like the channel, subscribe to the channel, and turn on bell notifications. Alright, so let's dive in. 1,000 leads in 30 days. This is my strategy to my personal success and how I actually accomplished this. So first off, I always like to say it's very important that you find your audience. This is the most crucial step in making sure that you're successful in generating leads. Far too often do I see realtors and agents out there just blasting ads away, whether it's on Facebook or Google or YouTube or videos or whatever they might be paying for. They're just out there firing off a water hose and trying to grab whatever they can. You need to be strategic about this, and I say that because it's very important that you understand your audience. So you're going to look at things like, what's your average area's price? You can use things like your local MLS, area statistics, and even real estate reports to find that average price. Now, I have that as my number one step. You need to know your market. Understanding your average price is going to help you in the next steps. Number two, who is your average buyer? And what I mean by that, what is the average income? What do they do for a living? And what lifestyle do they want? Are they looking for outdoors and adventures? Are they looking for parks and recreation? Are they just looking for family-oriented areas? Now, you're not going to run ads that violate RESPA or CFPB or Fair Housing Acts. You're not going to do that. This is not intended to single out a particular individual person. But what this is doing is helping you understand who your audience is and how your ads should advertise. And what I mean by that is, if I know my average price in my area is, let's say, $350,000, I'm not going to go and advertise $1 million houses. Now, I want to advertise all homes. Of course, $1 million niche would be very lucrative, but realistically, knowing everybody's buying around the $350,000 price range, my ads would be a little bit more strategic towards running ads for sell around those prices, right? Or maybe I'm sharing my listings in that price range, right? Again, you're not going to violate any code here. You always want to check with your local MLS boards and real estate laws and bylaws to make sure you're not overstepping any boundaries. But again, this is just getting you prepped for how you're going to create those advertisements and what you're going to do with them. Now, where are they coming from? I say this is very important because most of you running Facebook ads or Google ads are probably consolidating yourself to one localized area. And what I mean by that is, you're pissed off that Facebook only allows you to draw a 15-mile radius and you're just not getting a ton of leads. Well, listen up. Don't be mad. Because if you understand where your leads are coming from, you will be able to strategically place your ads in those areas. Say, for instance, I'm in San Antonio. If I knew a bunch of people from Phoenix were coming to my area, I would strategically place ads in the area of Phoenix. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how the hell do I know that they're coming from Phoenix? Here is a really cool tool that you can use. It's called Google Trends. And with Google Trends, you'll be able to type in keywords. Now, most marketing experts don't want you to know about this because they don't want you going to Google Trends and learning how to do this for yourself. But one thing that I learned, having been in the industry for over 7 years now, is that everybody's ready to take your money, but nobody's ready to answer the call of, why am I not getting leads, and why do the leads that you're selling me suck, right? So these are just little snippets and tidbits that you can take away from this video, if you're watching still. I hope you are, that you can apply to your own business strategy. And again, this is the method that I took to help me generate 1,000 leads in 30 days. So what you're going to do here is, in the enter search term or topic, you're going to type in things like homes for sale San Antonio. You might also type in the other search term, houses for sale in San Antonio. And what this is going to give you is it's going to give you a graphical analysis of search terms. Now, this is per 1,000, right? That's not 72 people who just typed in homes from search from January 8th. That's 72 people per 1,000 searches, right? You can also scroll down and see a comparative breakdown. So I see that people from New Mexico, Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, and even Washington are doing a search. Now, if you want to go even further, you could see related queries or searches to that, right? So like multifamily for sale in San Antonio, that might be an investor looking for some multifamily properties here locally. Now, if you click on a subregion, it'll actually tell you where that search is coming from, right? So I don't want to just blast out to all of California, but now we're going more localized, and I can see that people in San Francisco, Oakland, San Diego, and Los Angeles are looking in my area, right? So this is a really cool tool that you can leverage when trying to strategically place your ads. So you might start placing ads in San Diego, and with that being said, the next thing is creating your Facebook ad, right? So Facebook is probably the most popular marketing platform used, and sorry for this, but platform used in the marketing world, right? Facebook, Google, YouTube, the big three. Now, with Facebook, you're going to use things like Facebook lead forms to advertise to your audience. You also want to make sure that your Facebook pixel is installed on your website. One easy way to do this is head over to your website and go ahead and right click on your website. And when you're on your website, come on, this thing could load. I think the screen recording is just slowing it down a little bit, so we'll let this load in the background. But once you get there to your website, you'll want to make sure that your Facebook pixel is installed. To do this, you just go ahead and right click on your website. And what's going on here? KV Core might be having some issues. Let's see. So you're going to right click on your website and you're going to click inspect, and then over off to the right in this elements, if you look for the head section, which is right here, and you click the little drop down, you will be able to see your Facebook pixel script, right? And you can see we have Facebook here. We also have some YouTube widgets, but you should be able to see, like right there is my Google tag, and then here is my Facebook pixel, right? So we have that script in there. You can see the Facebook pixel is installed. That is a very important part to making sure that you're able to do the next step, which is number 3, retargeting, retargeting, and retargeting. So what the pixel allows you to do is basically capture an audience, cache their browser for the next 30 to 90 days, and then you can use that cached browser to retarget. So somebody who's recently visited your website, now going to see your ads on Facebook, also going to see your ads on the other platforms of which we're going to talk about here in a moment. Now, the goal here is to run different types of ads, right? So my first strategy is to use lead forms to advertise to my audience. So what that means is a Facebook lead form is prompted anytime somebody clicks on my ad, and before they're sent to my website, that ad is pre-filled. So KV Core has a really good product in their marketplace. It's called Property Boost. You could run a single property boost for really cheap, and that's going to get you some pretty good results with lead forms. But if you're wanting to run your own lead form strategy, you can learn this from another video that I shoot in the future, or maybe it's already on my channel. Go ahead and search through my videos and you can find out for yourself. But what a lead form does is it's prompted, it's already pre-filled with 2-step verified data. So that means that these users have verified their phone number, their email address, and their name to Facebook in order to create these accounts. So that's prompted, it's pre-filled, and then the information is submitted over to you in the form of a formatting of a form, and then you could use systems like APINation.com to grab that form and send it into your KV Core dashboard, or to your Chime, or to your Real Geeks, or to your Boomtown, right? So it creates a contact, and then your marketing automation or smart campaigns start from that point on. Now with retargeting, let's say we have people visiting our website but maybe not registering, and they're clicking on one property, hitting that contact or that lead prompt or that lead registration modal, and they're stopping there. With retargeting, you can use ad text like, hey, did you miss this home? Or fresh new listings when you're using dynamic ads, which is in a video that I shot a couple days ago. So you can learn how to get your listings to a Facebook catalog, and then you can leverage that catalog to run dynamic ads that bring traffic back to your website. Or you could even use the dynamic ad strategy with lead forms and capture leads that way as well. Now, the next one, and number 4, is giveaways, right? You want to give things away. You want to do some fun stuff. One of my most popular things and giveaways that I ran in Spokane and Tri-Cities was my gift card dash. And what that means is that I went to all my listings, hid gift cards in my flyer boxes, and I made people drive around town and look for that gift card, snap photos of the home, share photos of the home, and they also had to scan QR codes. This generated a ton of leads for me for as little as $15 Starbucks gift card or a local coffee gift card. So giveaway. Of course, again, all these strategies, always check with your local MLS board to make sure that you're staying compliant. I did that for my business. You also want to make sure that you're staying within your rules and regs. Now, the next one is to do thanks.io. This is using postcards to prospect FSBOs and expireds. Agents oftentimes forget about expireds and FSBOs, right? So maybe you're like, well, I just don't know how to get the data. I hate going to my MLS board, and I hate trying to get those expireds and then having to mail postcards. It's all just super time consuming. Well, postcardhire.com is a company that I actually own, and we do just that. We take expireds, we take FSBOs, we look at lifestyles of homeowners, and we're able to prospect to those people automatically. So it happens fast. There's a postcard within 5 to 7 days in that person's mailbox upon that event happening. So you could use postcards to prospect expired and FSBOs. I also have a video on my YouTube channel down below that shows you how to do this. You can also use their location tool to automate postcards. So if you ever visit ernestenriquez.exprealty.com, here on my main page, there is a prompt that asks the user to use their location. Now that is brought into a mailing list, right? So everybody that's clicked on that pop-up goes into a mailing list right here called website visitors. Now, I created this by going and creating a mailing list, right? So if you're in thanks.io, I'll put a link on the video description below, but you can go ahead and go to add list, and then you can use, a retargeting list here, right? So we'll say KV Core test, and then we'll go ahead and click on save. Now, once you do this, it's going to give you a script, right? So here's my retargeting code, and you can go ahead and put like unlimited, and then you will put your site, you'll put your page whitelist here, and then you'll get that embedded code and embed it into the header section of your website, and that will give you those locations of their IP addresses. So you can use that to actually get them into a campaign that starts sending postcard automation like, hey, thanks for visiting my website, scan this QR code for really cool, neat new listings, or scan this QR code if you're ever thinking about selling your home, and so forth, right? So you can do that. Again, that leads into number 3, strong call to actions with your postcards. Google search ads. Now, you want to research popular words. I showed you with Google Trends how we could actually do that. Now you can use this same tool to go ahead and do a comparative analysis of who's typing in homes for sale or houses for sale, which key term is better for my Google search ads. You could also get Google Fundamentals certified so you know what you're doing. This takes about 20 to 30 minutes. You can go through. They teach you how to set up things, what ad accounts are, what a campaign is, what a Google search ad is, and so forth. Third, you can create dynamic Google search ads. So you could basically go in there, and Google has smart campaign automation that'll create ad text based off of your input for you. So to also create titles, descriptions, all you got to do is provide a link and they do the rest for you. You also want to make sure your ad quality is at least 7 of 10 or higher. So what this means is that Google takes your ads and they look at each little piece of it. So they look at the title, they look at the description, they look at the URL which you're redirecting the user to, and then they look at that page. So they look at some of those key characteristics, and they're going to give you an ad rank. Google search ads looks at all of these things for your ad quality. Again, the title, the description, they look at the URL link which you're directing them to, and they're going to basically give you a relevance score. So how relevant are you to your keywords, as to your title, as to your description, and to the web page in which you're sending them to, right? You've probably heard the terminology of Google crawlers. Basically what they do is they crawl on the metadata of your website and essentially look at what it's referencing or resourcing, and then they could apply that same strategy to your ad quality, right? So they look at the website, they look at your ad. So if you're advertising San Antonio homes for sale but redirecting somebody to somewhere completely different, you're going to have a lower ad score. Also got to look at the keywords and be cautious of those. You don't want to just use keywords. You don't want to use duplicates. With Google search ads, you can go as far as making them broad. You can make them exact, meaning that you want those keywords to exactly match. For example, homes for sale San Antonio. Or I could do a broad match that just basically says homes for sale San Antonio, and somebody could type in for sale San Antonio, somebody could type in homes for sale San, and my ad appears. So you want to be really cautious. Again, that's why I always recommend taking the Google Fundamentals certification so you know what you're doing and getting into. Now, the next part of this is Google video retargeting. So you're going to run search ads, right? So homes for sale San Antonio, houses for sale San Antonio, and you're going to get those search ads set up. But Google also has a tag manager, and a moment ago you might have seen this when I clicked on inspect. You can go ahead and install this onto your website. It's similar to a Facebook pixel that sets a piece of unobtrusive JavaScript on a user's browser and basically enables you to go ahead and retarget to them. So what you're going to do with that Google tag is similar, right? So you're going to set that Google tag because Google has display ads. They have AdSense ads, right? Search ads, retargeting ads. And basically what that's going to allow you to do is retarget those same people visiting your website on Google platforms. So you could use YouTube videos, yeah, I said it, YouTube videos to go ahead and retarget the people visiting your website. So somebody visits your website, maybe you have a YouTube video that you've created talking about the home buying or home selling process or area statistics or market reports or whatever it is you want to do with your YouTube channel. You can go ahead and do that and retarget those people visiting your website. Now, I did this with my personal business, and I can tell you it actually works. What you're going to end up seeing is that you're driving traffic from YouTube back to your website, and you're going to be able to capture them with those lead gen tools that are already embedded on your website. So just a really cool strategy to be very, very, very effective in retargeting people with YouTube ads. And then lastly, we have automation. That's the basic senses, and what my channel talks about is automation. So make sure your systems are talking to each other. You want to make sure that the system that you're creating is scalable, right? You don't want to be generating lead forms and not having those lead forms come into your CRM. You also don't want to be driving traffic and using all these campaigns without having more advanced steps in them. So for example, inside of KV Core specifically, they have a marketing autopilot section that you can go into. And within there, they have what are called their native webhooks. So I could use webhooks to extract data on a specific time value, and I get to tell the system what parameters I want. Maybe it's things like first name, last name, address, email, phone number, so that I could send them to applications like thanks.io. Maybe you're going to put them in an application like Revaluate that scores your leads based off of the likeliness of them moving in the next 6 months. Revaluate is a really cool tool. I actually put a lot of my data personally into there so that they can give me scores and rank my leads and let me know when the right time to start a conversation about maybe selling or buying an investment property happens. We actually just closed on a lead, my Washington team did, on a lead that I had helped buy a home probably about 4 years ago, I believe, in 2018-ish, 19-ish. We closed on the home, and Revaluate gave them a 95 score, which means that they're highly likely, and we actually just helped that person get into a second home and rent out their first home. So we were able to identify that opportunity using Revaluate to score our leads. Now, some free tools that you have at your disposal are going to be things like APINation.com. They have a Facebook lead ads connection that you can use to go ahead and connect your Facebook lead forms to KV Core or to your Chime or to whatever it might be that you want to connect them to. Again, the goal here is to make sure that you're automated. Be sure to follow the channel. I talk a lot about automation, a lot about APIs, and I'm going to help you get there to automating your business through my videos with either APINation.com, or if you have some technological knowledge, you can maybe set these automations up yourself using systems like Postman or GitHub to host all of your API documentation and a web server to run that automation. So really important step here to make sure that you're staying automated. Thanks.io has a lot of integrations inside of their dashboard. They even have a webhooks integration with API Nation. So you could connect via webhooks. You could also connect natively, meaning that anytime you generate a lead in maybe KV Core or Chime or Real Geeks or Boomtown, you can have that lead sent into your Thanks.io system, and you can actually start sending out postcards. So a really important step to making sure that all these pieces align and that you're not just overwhelmed with trying to extract data from each system to get those leads into another system and so forth. Make sure you stay automated. If you found this video useful and you like the content, like always, click that like and subscribe button, and be sure to turn on bell notifications so that you're notified anytime I drop cool content like this. And if you have any questions, go ahead and throw those into the comment section down below, and let's talk. Let's help you get automated today, and let's help you start generating more business. Like always, API Explorer out.